Hey, I'm Coach Collins at Cedar Hill High School, and I've got next.
You next up and you ain't been on SportsLifeTalk. Like, what are you doing? Hey, you better hit him up. Look, you breaking next and you up next. Keep the Queens go hard. Rising star on the big scene. Make them know who you are. You don't break a sweat. Don't settle for less. They put you through that test. Your resume that flex. Who got next? Who got next? SLT, ready, say go. Who got next? Who got next? Living my dreams and all your goals. Who got next? Who got next? You can ask B. Jones or head coach. Who got next? Who got next? You next up, so here's my vote.
Yeah, we don't break a sweat and we don't settle for less. Welcome back, SLT Nation, to another fire episode of Sports Life Talks. You got next, a platform that gives exposure to the voices of tomorrow and KT. Man, you have made me literally fall in love with this motive, this agenda, this track that we are on of exposing these talented, these beautiful, these just personalities in these African-American female head coaches has just been I don't know, Kevin. It's starting to, I'm getting up like excited about doing these shows. But today we got a very special one because I'm going to tell y'all something. It's some basketball that is played out here in Dallas, Texas. That's what we filmed. We hosted out of DFW. And I'm going to tell you something. If you want to win a title around here, it's got to go through Cedar Hill. Let me introduce y'all to Nicole Collins, basketball coach of the Cedar Hill Longhorns. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Look at you, got the smile on. Now, see, if it was at practice, you have a headband on. You be serious with it. Now you got the smile, so that's good. Because I ain't trying to run lines today. I am your host, the mouth of the South, B. Jones, the Louisiana, Mr. Yeet himself. I'm rocking alongside of my co-host, my brother from another mother, the architect, the guru, the head coach, KT. Kev, man. Ooh, do I need to do that again? Assistant coach KT.
Go ahead, I'll be the assistant coach on this show. No problem. Just go with this.
The head coach.
The head coach is below us. I will be the assistant coach on this show. B. Jones. We are in the presence of greatness. If you ever have been to a Cedar Hill game, then you know that she brings it. Not only can she coach, she can dress too. So she's
cold world.
There we go.
Hey, well, check this out. If this is your first time checking out Sports Life Talk, we want to first and foremost say welcome to the show. But we want to second off, thank you for checking us out because you could have been anywhere in the world. There's millions of other sports shows. There's a million other talk shows. And we know that it means a lot for you to hear what we got to say. So we got a lot going on right now. Sports Life Talk Nation is blowing up. We are growing, and we want you to be a part of that growth of all of these amazing experiences with phenomenal human beings who are doing phenomenal things and accomplishing big dreams. We want you to come be a part of it and check all of these stories out. So on the count of 3, Cedar Hill, we need y'all to stand up and represent for us today. Y'all already know what time it is. We got to grow the show, and we don't have fans and followers and all. That's foolishness. We have family members, and on the count of 3, we want to invite all of our new family members to smash that subscribe button. Are y'all ready? Coach, you buckle down, helter skelter, 94 feet of hell right now. We finna give it to them.
You got it.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, welcome to the family. Check this out. If you did smash that, thank you again. I'm going to keep saying thank you. I'm a Louisiana boy. We say thank you. And there's over 150 episodes, and some of them are amazing coaches just like we got today. So go enjoy those later on. But for right now, buckle up. Matter of fact, don't buckle up. Go put your gym shoes on because we about to hold court right now. We about to do some running and some gunning with Nicole Collins. Nicole, are you ready for the Sports Life Talk initiation?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
All right, Coach. To initiate you into the SLT family, you got to give us your top 5 music artists.
Okay. Number 1, definitely got to go to Drake. Hands down. I don't think you can go wrong with him. Gotta throw Beyonce in there.
Beyonce all on their mouth like liquor.
So that's the song we gonna talk about. B. Jones, good grief.
Gotta put Jay-Z in there. That fourth one, gotta go back, Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Love me some MJ. And fifth, man, I got a couple I can put in there. I'm taking back to college days. I'm gonna throw Eminem in there.
Ooh, lose yourself. Hey, I'm gonna give you one more because Michael Jackson, he's on the
another level. He's on another.
Yeah, he's extraterrestrial. Well, you get one more. We're not gonna let you include Michael Jackson because he already in board. He everybody top 5.
He should be anyway.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta put some praise and worship in there. I gotta go with some Hillsong. So yeah, I gotta put that in there.
I like Hillsong too.
Yeah.
See, some of y'all out there need to go to church. Hillsong the place to be because Hillsong be putting they getting your spirituals. They gonna get in your chest a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, Coach. I felt Mary J. Blige. I thought you was gonna put her in your top 5 for some reason. I just don't know. I get that kind of vibe with you.
Don't get me wrong. I like her, but I wouldn't put her in that top 5 though.
What about Thick Mary? Thick Mary, that's coming out of this.
Mary she is thick.
You gotta put that Thick Mary in your top 5.
Especially on that Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That Mary, she top 5.
Yeah. Oh, music? Okay, never mind me, Joe. We won't talk about that. All right, so Coach, who's your favorite sports teams?
Okay, so NBA. Hey, man, and don't give me no hard time for this, but gotta go with the Lakers.
We gotta give you a hard time for that one, Coach.
Magic Johnson, Kobe, that LeBron. I know they struggling right now, but gotta go with the Lakers. I grew up loving the Rockets, but that's when 𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐿 was there. After that, they just kind of fell off. But football, this has actually always been my favorite, even though I'm from Houston. But I've always loved the Dallas Cowboys. I've always been a Cowboys fan.
Thank you so much, Coach.
I've always been a Cowboys fan. I literally was the only one in the house cheering for the Cowboys, and everybody else was going for the Oilers. So it was always like that. Yeah.
And you was the only one in the house crying over the last 20 years too.
Everybody else, he had to go there. He had to go there. Huh?
Yo, Coach, we can't let him get out like that.
Everybody else been successful. Y'all ain't won since you was in middle school.
Well, we haven't won a title, but we've been successful. But yeah,
there you go.
I get what you're saying, B. Jones.
I mean, it's America's team. They still America's team. In college, I mean, hands down, that's Baylor. I mean, I ain't cheering for nobody else but Baylor.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with Baylor. I mean, I cheer for UConn. You see what they got. It's a 20-point drubbing against South Carolina. All right, so who is your favorite superhero and why?
Easy, Superman. That's easy. I mean, because Superman was a level 5, and at the end of the day, there was nothing he couldn't do. Like he was strong. He was fast. He had X-ray vision. He healed quickly.
Now, are you a Marvel DC slash kind of fan? Because you use the terminology level 5, and not too many people know what level 5 mean. Because I was trying to rate Morbius this week. I went and saw Morbius.
Hey, how was it? Because I've been wanting to see it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my honest assessment. Morbius is off the chain. My personal assessment, he might be a level 4. His defenses might push him down to a level 3, but he cold, right? The only problem is it's a superhero movie and it's kind of predictable, right? But you don't go to a superhero movie looking for this storyline that's gonna compel you, right? You go to a Marvel movie looking for the graphics and the entertainment and the fight scenes and all that stuff. You gonna get it with Morbius. Michael. Morbius.
Yeah, I grew up with brothers who collected comic books, so that was something like, that's just what we did. We read comic books, he collected them, so we were always big on superheroes.
Yeah, I knew you were something when you said tier 5 though. Level 5, yeah.
And then you talking about, okay, so even though it's kind of off topic, have you seen the new Spider-Man movie?
I haven't. Not yet.
Okay, so I can ask you about that. All right, so since every good superhero needs their own theme music, what would your theme song be?
Shoot, I was gonna say Superman by Eminem. That used to be my song.
I can't be your Superman.
That used to be the song that I listened to before we played. Give me hype.
Yeah.
Eminem used to go hard, man.
It's no use to. He still goes hard, man. He still go hard.
Eminem in my top 5, KT. You already know this. Yeah,
you said he's in your top 5?
He is in my top 5, 100%.
Okay.
But he was in my top 5 too, but then I had to take him out for Drake. Well, you know, this is not my show. This is your show, Coach. So, B. Jones, I think it's safe to say that Coach is in the family. So go ahead and take it away, man.
Cold world, man. DeSoto. Cedar Hill.
Don't get beat up.
I know. I'm about to say, because that's some serious heat right there. That's some serious heat. Now, y'all play DeSoto every year, huh?
We do. We're pretty much always in the same district, so it's always going to be 2 games minimum, and then possibly run into them in the playoffs.
And then y'all got do y'all play like South Oak Cliff and some of them soccer, or any Lancasters or any?
No, because different division. I mean, we might play them from a tournament or so, but they're 5A, we're 6A, so.
Okay. Well, Cedar Hill, the truth. All right, Coach, let's take this thing back to the beginning, because it's something about that Houston, Texas. Hey, it's real out there. You talk about Beyonce, but we got Nicole Collins in the building today. So, Nicole, tell us what it was like growing up out there in H-Town.
I mean, I'll say this: like, Houston is a lot. It's different than how it used to be. It's different. Like, it's not the same as it used to be. But just I don't know. I mean, I grew up. Not a typical, I guess you would say, grew up in a 2-parent home, real supportive, real loving, real stable. Grew up in the suburbs, really, really blessed. It was kind of like in the southeast area of Houston. Didn't have a lot of money, so very, very humble beginnings, but very hardworking parents who were big on just teaching us, how to work hard. How to carry ourselves, how to treat people. I mean, that's just kind of like my experience. I don't know if it would be a typical Houston experience, but it was. I wouldn't take it back for the world.
Y'all was listening to that Fat Pat and that Paul Wall and.
Man, well, look. So the only way we could listen to that in my household is if we snuck out and listened to it, because my mama and daddy didn't play that. They if it wasn't gospel. If it wasn't praise and worship, if it was that secular music, as they used to call it all the time, we couldn't play that in the house.
Now, do you got a lot of siblings, brothers, sisters?
I got 2 brothers, one older and one younger.
Oh, so you hard as concrete then, Coach.
You already know.
Hey, yeah, you've been pushed in more ways than one. So I'm pretty sure you're pretty competitive. So how did you get on the court? Tell us that feeling when you first picked up that orange peel. How did you get into that into basketball?
Okay, so it was Little Dribblers, the church league, and I'm the only kid, from what I understand to this day, that got a technical and got kicked out of the church league because I was so upset about losing a game. So that was kind of my introduction to basketball. Like, I loved it. I fell in love with the game. I hated losing. I always hated losing and loved to win. So I don't know. I just fell in love with it. My dad taught me how to play. He played in high school, and he taught me how to play, and it just kind of was from there.
Now, you had a pretty good career, too. I mean, you were one of the top prep stars in your city. You did major things, and I guess you could kind of say you stayed home. I don't know. I guess with so many colleges close to Houston, I guess you kind of went a little bit off the beaten path, but you decided to go to Baylor and become a Lady Bear. Now, that had to be a crazy experience, especially when David Koresh was right down the street.
Man, you did wrong.
Well, all kind of awkwardness, all kind of foolishness was going on. Right?
Well, that happened before I got there. So
okay, my bad. I dated that role, but yeah, you decided to go to Baylor. Tell us a little bit about that decision.
Man, let me tell you something. Like, one of the best experiences I ever had. I always tell kids that all the time. One of the best times you're gonna have is when you go off to college. And I tell them, me personally, go to a college where the town is the college, and that is Waco. I mean, obviously it's grown a lot since then, but when you think Waco, people think Baylor. Like, that's what they think. Yeah. And that's when it came to sports. I mean, it really ain't no other way to say it. They treat their athletes like gods out there, and girls basketball was huge, and it was growing, and especially when by the time Coach Mulkey got there, we had just done some things that had never been done before, so they took good care of us. I mean, I loved that experience. I did.
Now, all these youngsters, they turn on the TV, they see Baylor, they talk about the new young lady who's about to be, Salisha Smith, the young lady that's for the Baylor right now.
Oh, you're talking about Nalissa.
Nalissa Smith, and then you got Brittany Grine, and it's been some stars.
It's been some great.
And just, I mean, they coming out of
Sims, all of them.
I mean, they've been coming out of Baylor for the last 10 years, but it all had to start somewhere. You were a part of the beginning of that dynasty, right?
Literally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I literally was Kim Mulkey's first point guard. So I
wow.
tell everybody, I'm the one who got all that wrath, all that passion. They got the diluted version of her. But yeah, I mean, literally the year before she got there, I mean, we had a struggle. We had a struggle because my freshman year, after that year, we graduated, I want to say like 7 or 8 seniors. And so there was a struggle. And that's when the Big 12 was a powerhouse.
Yeah.
I think like 7 or 8 teams made it to the NCAA tournament that year. And so we struggled, did not do well. And she came in my junior year and literally just completely turned it around and set all these records that had never been, broke all these records that had never been done at Baylor. And but yeah, she was tough. She was tough to play for. Very passionate. Everything you see on the sideline is what she brought to the table in practice. None of that is a performance. That is who she is and who she presents herself to be. So yeah, that was a great experience.
So you had the opportunity to play for. I'm pretty sure you still keep up with her, mentored by. You probably got a lot of your coaching from her. What makes it so special to be a part of, be around people like that? And how much of that have you kind of infused into your coaching skill set?
I mean, I think the authenticity of her passion, like I said, like when people see Coach Mulkey on the sideline, I mean, that is who she is. That's who she is 24/7. That passion, that competitive drive that she has, that fight. I mean, she's a spitfire and she's going to give officials hell and she's going to give you hell. And that's just who she is. And I just think coaches like that, you're going to bring a passion and a fire out of your team. I think a lot of times what we look for as coaches, you want your kids to be a reflection of you. And I think that, she always produced teams that always played hard and that were very passionate and that competed. And obviously, I mean, her resume speaks for itself.
Well, you are a student of that resume, right? You are part of it. So tell us about these Cedar Hill Longhorns. Now, what if I were to turn on the film right now, right, and I check out your body of work over these last couple of years? Shout out to you, Coach, the 2019, 2020 Coach of the Year. Like, what am I going to see on film when I watch your ladies play?
I think no matter what type of players we have, the thing that people would always agree upon, there's going to be 2 things you're going to always get from Cedar Hill. And we're going to be a team that is going to be gritty, hard-nosed, outwork, outplay whoever we are competing against. It's not going to be a team that quits, and it's going to be a team that fights. And I think also that we're going to be a defensive-minded team, like really focused on that end of the floor, because at the end of the day, I mean, that's what's going to win games. You got to be, obviously you got to put the ball in the hole, but you're going to have to be able to get stops and you're going to have to be able to shut teams down and have to make them make adjustments to you. So that's a big part of what we focus on. And so it doesn't matter. I've been blessed to have had a McDonald All-American, and I've had teams that were really young, but I think that's kind of the thing that people always think when they think Cedar Hill. Hard-nosed, hard-working, gritty, grimy, just get after it.
Now, recruiting was already crazy. So I told him at the beginning of the show, to play basketball here in Dallas-Fort Worth area, I mean, you can even this out with trying to play in New York or LA. I mean, the competition here is just stupid, but it's so much talent in this one, the DFW Metroplex.
It's ridiculous.
So I'm pretty sure every game, college scouts are there looking at your girls or looking at the team across the court. I mean, how do you as a coach handle all of the attention playing in a major program like Cedar Hill? And how do you guide your young ladies through that process?
I mean, that's a blessing. You want to be in a position where you are constantly having to open your doors to college coaches and constantly having to have those conversations with them, as well as like trying to guide your kids through the whole process. Because, I've had a lot of kids that I've coached in the last 8 years where this has been a first for their family, a first kid to go off to college and go through this process. And with as big as girls basketball has become, it's just crazy, just kind of seeing everything that they're having to basically be exposed to as well as be prepared for. But I just see that as a blessing. I mean, that's part of what comes with it. You wouldn't want to be somewhere where you don't have kids that people are coming in to look at, and you wouldn't want to be somewhere where, you don't have to help kids in that regard. So I'm just thankful that that's been something year in and year out that we have to concern ourselves with, planning for when they open up and come in for practice, and for them coming to games and knowing that this is a big game, and kids also having to not only handle the pressure of going against a crosstown rival, but knowing you got five big time recruiters sitting across the bench, across the court, from you. So, but I mean, I just feel like that's part of the game, and that's what you want that.
Well, I'm going to be at all the games. Coach Kev over here, assistant coach Kevin, he's had the opportunity to actually go to a couple of your games and check you out. I was able to look at some of the pictures, and he's right. You be banging on the sideline. So I'm like, yo, we had a discussion on our show, and we go live every Wednesday night, 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. We stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. A shameless plug. But in that show, we debated, Coach. We debated, all right? And this was a debate. And I want you to settle this for us for once and for all. Would you rather be loved by a few, or would have your team, have your girls love you, or feared by all?
Oh,
so would you rather be feared?
Well, it's would you rather be loved by your players or feared?
Oh, of course, loved. I mean, that's at the core of who I am as a person, but also as a coach. Like, I mean, that literally is the thing that we talk about all the time. Like, obviously, don't get it twisted. We're trying to win championships. We're trying to, have a column filled with W's and no L's. But at the end of the day, the thing I always tell my kids is this: like, at some point, for everybody, no matter how far you go, the ball is going to stop bouncing. It's always going to stop at some point for you. You're not going to be playing basketball until you're 90. Like, that's just not going to happen. So my thing is, what did you learn? And I feel like if I, as a coach, the only thing I taught you was how to do a crossover or how to pull up or a step back, I didn't do my job. I think my job is to make sure I'm preparing you for life. And I think sports, it gets no better than those preparations. And I think how you have to do that before you can even get to that point, you got to build relationships. And so, I mean, I just think, to me, one of the biggest blessings I find is I've got girls who I've coached 8 years, 10 years, 11 years ago, and I still have a very, very, very good and deep relationship with them. And there's a couple of them, I literally call them like my daughters. I mean, it literally is, I'm a second mom to them. So that's the easy one for me. I would definitely rather have the love of my players than to have that fear. Because I think if you have love, then you're going to have a reverential fear, in a sense, for a person that you look up to.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So when we started this mission out of You Got Next, we were just jotting down ideas. I was like, man, let's reach out to like college kids who are about to go into the draft. And we talk about You Got Next. And Kevin was like, no, man, we're missing it. It's a story out there of all of these coaches that need to be told. And so Kevin has made it his point to get you guys out in the forefront and really tell y'all stories. But I guess I want to ask you this. Women's basketball in general, not even being an African American coach, but just women's basketball in general is underappreciated, in my opinion. Like, what would be your messaging to fans out there for them to stop down on a Tuesday night or a Thursday night or a Friday night, whatever night you guys are hitting the hardwood? What would your messaging be to a fan and like, y'all need to come watch us hoop? Because
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I think there was a point where it was completely underappreciated. I think it depends on where you're at. Because I think there is an appreciation in South Dallas. Like when you're talking about the Duncanville, the DeSoto, the Cedar Hill, your Red Oak, your Mansfield areas. Like I think there is Lancaster. There is an appreciation for it because I think the game has grown so much. On
y'all
the
pack it out,
level. And it's trickled down to the high school level and now even like with AAU. So, I mean, obviously you would definitely love to have even more fans than what you have. But I mean, I'm telling you, I've been a part of games where, we're the 6 o'clock game, boys are at 7:30. But if you're playing a certain team, like the gym is almost filled and it's our game. Boys aren't even, and it's halftime, like it's the first half. So I just think sometimes it depends on where you're at, what area you play in, but I don't think we have that problem as much in the Metroplex. That's one thing I can say. Like I've had people ask me before, would I ever want to coach anywhere else? And I mean, for me in the state of Texas, it doesn't get any better than this. I mean, this is the hotbed to me for girls basketball.
And I mean, she's telling the truth because I went to the Duncanville versus Cedar Hill game and it was packed. For the girls game, it was packed. So you got to get there early. So I always get there early anyway. So Coach, I was there. All right. So this is a part of the show where I'm going to get in your business, okay?
All right.
All right, so I know you've seen the movie Love and Basketball, correct?
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's say that you're Monica Wright.
Okay.
Is there someone currently in your life that played you for your heart and won?
No, I'm actually single right now.
No way.
I am.
Okay, so we got to get a little deeper. All right, coach. So how tall are you?
5'3".
5'3". So, okay, so I can't
Yeah, she was a point guard, Kevin.
Yeah, point guards can be taller than 5'3" too, BJ.
They can be. You're right.
So is this a personal choice? Because I'm pretty sure you got guys sliding in your DMs or just trying to get at you at games.
I mean, I've dated, don't get me wrong, I've dated some guys here and there recently, but just like right now, I just haven't met that guy. Like, I mean, as corny as this might sound, I grew up with an incredible father who set an incredible, like, the job that he did as a husband to my mom and a father to me and my brothers, like, just impeccable. And there's a standard that's not unrealistic, but there is a standard that, you know, I'm looking for. So I feel like when I meet that person, that's gonna be a God thing. He'll bring them together. So
I was just about to say the bar probably set a little bit too high.
It's
really not. It's really not. It's just, you know, I don't know. When you grow up in a home with watching a man treat a woman the way that you really feel like it's a beautiful thing. And I know a lot of people who didn't grow up like that, but I did. And my dad definitely was, I would say, was and is my superhero. But it's not too high. A lot of those standards when I was much younger, those are out the door in terms of like physicality and stuff like that. It's just, you know, more so the character, the integrity of a person.
Kevin, man, I got to do better. Her daddy setting the bar. Her daddy is like, hey, y'all boys out there need to do better.
Well, that's good, though, that she did have that in her life. Because, you know, I work at a middle school and I see so many girls that are just off the rails. They off the chain, coach.
I'm telling, don't even get me started on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about that off air. Because I had a girl.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I had a girl come at me twisted like 2 weeks ago, and I almost.
He telling the truth, too, coach. He texted out. He said, y'all ain't going to believe this.
I believe that.
All right, B. Jones. So I think it's that time, brother.
All right. Coach Nicole Collins. Welcome to the championship rounds. This is the part of the show where Kevin and I, we go carnivorous. We turn on each other, 1 versus 1, and we compete in a game called championship rounds where you are now officially calling all the shots. Now, have you ever played a game called Would You Rather before?
Okay, yeah.
All right, so the rules are very simple. Kevin and I will both present to you an option. You select one of those options, and that host in which you select will gain a point. The first host to get 2 points, or the best out of 3, will win this episode's game of championship rounds. And this is a very spirited part of the show. All right, I just want to let you know the tone is about to change completely, because if Kevin loses, he starts all that crying. And if I win, I'm going to make sure that the world knows about it. So with that being said, Kevin has won 22 games. I've won 21. Okay, Kevin is season 1's champion. There's a belt somewhere looming around there that I'm pretty sure he'll brag on if he pulls out the W. But all I'm saying is, Coach, you know.
See, don't do this. Don't start begging. Don't do that.
Saying, Coach. Cold world. Come on, Cole.
No, because
let's go,
Coach. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be on this show right now.
That's irrelevant.
I did all the work.
Irrelevant.
Boy,
immaterial.
Okay, I got you.
So you got to set your standards high. So you can't go for a loser like B. Jones. You got to go for me, Coach.
Coach, you ever heard Maverick City before? You heard Maverick City?
Yes, and I love Maverick. I was gonna say I almost threw them in.
I thought you was gonna say Maverick City. I felt like Maverick City was coming.
Yeah.
So what were you about to say, B. Jones? I haven't heard of them. Go ahead and say that. But I've heard of Michael Jackson.
Never heard of Maverick City. All right, Coach. Here we go. Round number 1. I won the last game, so I'm gonna kick this thing off. Right. Here we go. Would you rather take over as head coach of your alma mater, Baylor, and have a Hall of Fame career, or
go down as the winningest basketball head coach in Texas high school history?
Ooh. That's a good one. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I would have to take that Baylor one.
Yeah.
I would have to take that Baylor job. I would have to.
Let's go. Wake up. Stand up.
It's already in start.
They got new facilities and everything. It's ready for you, Coach. I'm gonna go start the car. All right, so here we go. We moving. Sorry, Cedar Hill. We moving. No, I'm just playing with y'all. Cedar Hill, we love y'all. We coming to y'all games too. We coming to y'all games. We gonna support y'all.
I've already been to 2. So, Coach, show me some love. Come on now.
All right, here we go. Round number 2. Would you rather coach a player that became a coach and won the state championship, or
coach a player that went to the WNBA and credits you for their success?
Dang, that's a tough one.
We couldn't make it easy on you, Coach. We had to bring the heat.
Oh, I mean, that's a tough one because I don't think I've had a kid yet become a coach, but I do have. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Excuse me. Yes, I did. I wasn't officially her coach. I was the assistant coach, but I got a couple that are in college right now that said they want to coach. So I'm trying to think personally. Ooh,
So they're on the podium saying, "Hey, coach is the reason why I made it to the WNBA."
Or they got the confetti falling on them.
That's pulling at some heartstrings, and that would be a blessing right there. So I gotta pick that one. I gotta pick the WNBA. They pulling at my heartstrings, so I got that one.
Yeah, B. Jones, I beat you to it. Because you were on
so it's 1-1?
Yes, 1-1. So the next question is for it all, Coach.
I ain't even giving him a sound effect. I ain't giving you no sound effect. Here we go. Round number 3. Let's go, KT.
All right. Would you rather win a district title 5 years in a row with a shot to make it to state? So you got to play your way, of course, to the playoffs. You already know that. But
so you 5-time district championship, or one shot, you in the state championship game, not knowing if you'll win or lose. You got a guaranteed seat. You've already won all the other games. You in the state championship. So which one do you want to have? 5-year run, or do you want that one illustrious opportunity in that state championship game?
That's an easy one. I'm taking B. I'm taking part 2. I'm taking that state championship. That's easy. B. You can't ask for nothing else than to be in the position to be there.
You talk about the best, you talk about Nicole Collins, you talk about Cedar Hill Longhorns, and you talk about the mouth of the South. And it is tied, ladies and gentlemen. It is 22-22. We sitting on dubs right now. Oh my goodness. How you feel, Kevin? I see the little bead of sweat coming down like, oh my goodness.
It's no bead of sweat. Just know when we go to Cedar Hill game, I'm sitting on the opposite side for a quarter, and I'm going to come over there and support.
Yeah, that's right, because I'm sitting on the sideline with the team. I'm sitting behind the bench. I'm a head coach.
Get on with the show. You won. That's not, I hate when you win. You ain't humble.
All right, Coach Collins, the title of the show is You Got Next. All right, so I know, of course, we got to get out there to some basketball games, but, what are your dreams? What does the future hold for Coach Collins?
In terms of basketball,
it don't matter. If we were to just start following you, what are we going to expect to see?
Just continuing to build and leave a legacy at Cedar Hill. I've always thought this was a special place. I've been a head coach at a couple other schools, but I was an assistant coach at Cedar Hill, and so I just always thought this was a special place, special community. Just the way that our athletic department is like a family. So just continuing to build and leave, like I said, a legacy of just, what it really means to be a coach and what it really means to be a champion, as past just, winning games, past just winning championships, but leaving a true mark on kids' lives. So that to me is something I would just like to continue to do. And I don't know what the future holds for me in terms of where I would go from there, but just having a family one day, being blessed with that, just enjoying life,
Now, me and Coach, me and KT, Coach Kev, we kind of we have fun with it, but do you ever dream about coaching in the WNBA or maybe at a Baylor? Like, is that part of like a little bucket list you got somewhere written in a notebook in your room somewhere?
I'm going to tell you, if I'm being honest, I never for the longest really never wanted it in the WNBA, and really I was really, really, really content with high school. But I don't know. I'm very big on, I don't believe things happen by chance. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in coincidence. And it's just, I have had more people probably in the last few years, have you thought about college? Have you thought about college? So I wouldn't necessarily turn it down if the right opportunity came along. But I would say there's definitely a mission that has to be accomplished at Cedar Hill before we do that. So, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't turn that down if a good opportunity presented itself.
All right, Coach. So do you have any shout outs?
To who's next?
No, just in
Or
general.
just a shout out. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta shout out to my mama. Like that's my heart right there. I mean, she's the strongest person I know, one of the strongest women I know, one of the greatest people I know in terms of just a person of character and integrity. So I would say to her, and just my girls, Ebony, Tawana, and Mandy, those are my besties. So yeah.
All right, so Coach, this is the part of the show where you get a chance to call out the person who should have next. Tell them, hey, I got a chance to rock with B. Jones and KT. I told them my story. I want you to do the same. With that said, Coach, who are you passing your ball to?
Oh, that's easy. I'm behind the back to Amy Gillum at Mansfield Summit. That's my girl. I think y'all will love her. She good people, great personality, incredible coach. Has had an incredible history in terms of basketball and championships and success. And that Amy Gillum.
All right, Coach Gillum, you are on the clock. We'll be reaching out to you.
Hold up, B. Jones. We got to give credit to Coach Carruthers.
That's right. Coach Carruthers passed you the ball. Yep.
Yeah, and that's my girl too. Like, I've been really blessed. I think that's also too a big thing when being in a profession and being able to like develop friendships with other Black women in the profession and, being supportive of each other, encouraging each other. I actually just met with Amy yesterday and we were just talking basketball, just kind of picking her brain and gleaning from her. Like, I think that's a real big thing is you can never see it as you've ever arrived. So been fortunate to do a lot of that with Kelly as well. So I'm thankful for the opportunity.
I want to give her another shout out because she got Coach Walker, who I went to school with, so I already knew. But she got Coach Walker, she got you. She's constantly bringing us people. So thank you so much, Coach.
Now, Coach Collins, do you still got some buckets in your love? Can you still get busy?
Let me tell you something. I can get my girls on this phone right now, and we've been killing them in open gym.
Because Kev is notorious for that talk.
1 right now.
Kevin swear he could get buckets, and quiet as kept. He was kind of calling out a lot of the female coaches saying that he could get buckets on them.
When did I do this, B. Jones?
I'm just saying, Coach Walker, Coach Ham.
Well, I know Coach Walker and Coach Ham. We all went to school. I played against them at school, so they know I could play.
First and foremost, I was a defensive player, so wasn't nobody scoring on me like that. That's a personal. I take that.
Shut them down, Coach.
Ain't nobody scoring on me, and if they score on me once, they not gonna do it again. Like that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, hold up, Coach. You got a little too much swag for me, so I'm not playing against you. So you ain't got to worry about that. The way you talking now,
Kevin, you should have seen your face. You was like, "Oh, really?" Coach Collins, you are amazing. You super talented. Hey, you a leader on and off the court. You got next. Sports Life Talk Nation. It's been amazing. Kevin, I appreciate you bringing us such phenomenal stories, man. And we're going to keep giving it to y'all. That's what 2022 is all about. It's the year of growth. And we are about to manifest some amazing things. And we want you to be a part of it. So come play a part. Come be family. Like I said, we don't do followers. We don't do fans. We do family members. And all we need you to do is to help us by smashing that subscribe button. Listen, we got a lot of contests going on. You can go to our website, check some of those out. But we are giving away free t-shirts right now. And all you got to do is very simple to get you a free t-shirt. Go to @SportsLifeTalk, which you can see across the screen. Tag in 5 friends to this promo. And just like that, slide our DMs, let us know your size, your address, and we're going to send you a Cedar Hill custom Sports Life Talk. I don't know. Will this work for Cedar Hill, Coach, with the black, red, and white? Can we?
It'll work.
All right. We're going to send y'all one of these joints, a t-shirt. And listen, if you want to interact with Kevin and I a little bit more, we monocle about you because we want you to be a part of our family. So come hang out with us Wednesday nights on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. We go live at 8:00 p.m. Central, and it's not just another sports show. We talk pop culture. We talk sneakers, fashion. We talk Will Smith smacking the fire out of folks. We talk we gonna talk about it all on our show because we gonna have a good time and we gonna make you laugh. We gonna make you cry. We gonna come and we gonna party hard. Kevin,
you don't have to do Will like that, man.
I'm a Will Smith fan. He banned for 10 years. I'm a Will Smith fan. Hey, Kevin. So we tied 22-22. I know you're a little nervous, but I'm gonna let you close this thing out, man.
I really hate losing to you. I don't care what it is. Paper, rock, scissors. I hate losing to you. But you know what? Even when I lose, I win, B. Jones, because we got another little sister that we're going to be rocking with. So, Coach, whatever you need from us, please let us know. If it's money, B. Jones got you. If you need some spiritual advice, Probably B. Jones got you too. If you just need a good person to talk to, you can holler at me.
Coach, what do Cedar Hill? What's y'all moniker? What do y'all say? Like, do y'all got a little chant or anything y'all do at Cedar Hill?
Oh, yeah. Like it's beat yesterday. That's
how do I say it? Is it like Cedar Hill?
Oh, it's not a chant. That's just our motto. Beat yesterday. Like God give you another day. Like you beat yesterday. Whatever it is, it don't matter whether it's on the game, on the court, off the court. Like beat yesterday.
There it is. We beaten yesterday, Sports Life Talk Nation. We love y'all. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Respect one another and love each other because together we are better. And keep dreaming big. All my Cedar Hill Longhorns out there, all my DFW hoopers. You never know. Your story may be the next one featured on Sports Life Talks. You got next. Yeet.
Appreciate y'all.
See what's crazy is I knew you had next because you always working, you always grinding, you're in your bag because you're always working. Like in due time, I knew you got next. Oh, you did it, huh? Crack the code. You got next, you smashing goals. You want next, you need exposure. Well, Sports Life Talk got the baddest show, like the baddest in the room. Podcast to tune into just for you to talk your shit, talk your mushroom. You are what you eat and you should consume. Sports Life Talk from the late night to the afternoon, then rest repeat. Hit the like, leave a comment, or subscribe so you don't miss a beat. You got next, just a small taste of a winning meal from a chef type of celebrity. What's up next is you, at least you better be. Yeah, you got next, yeah. I can feel it, you're a winner just like me. You got next, and what comes next? Tune in next time and you'll see. Cause if you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you're just like